Question number 161. The nurse receive an order to obtain an ABG specimen on a patient. So the nurse will use the radial artery to obtain the specimen. So which of the following will the nurse assess before puncturing the radial artery? Option A, Allen test. Option B, a partial pressure of arterial oxygen. Option C, partial carbon dioxide. And option D, prothrombin. So option A, Allen test is correct answer, because Allen test is a physical examination technique used to evaluate the collateral circulation of the hand by testing the patency of radial and ulnar arteries. Question number 162. The nurse is caring for the patient with the stage 3 pressure ulcer to the coccyx, and so 3 days after initiating the plan of the care, so the nurse observed that the ulcer has hard black crust and covering the center of the ulcer. So the nurse should understand that this indicates option A, healing, option B, need for debridement, option C, inadequate nutrition, and option D, infection. So option A, healing, because it shows the signs of healing. Question number 163. A 50-year-old patient is being admitted to the hospital in an vegetative state of unknown etiology. So which of the following is the priority nursing diagnosis? Option A, risk for impaired skin integrity. Option B, impaired swallowing. Option C, altered cerebral tissue perfusion. Option D, altered thought process. So option A, risk for impaired skin integrity is correct answer, because a vegetative state, also known as unresponsive wakefulness syndrome, is a disorder of consciousness and where a person is awake but shows no signs of awareness of themselves or their surrounding. Question number 164. A child has ingested an entire bottle of acetaminophen. So which of the following organ is affected? Option A, liver. Option B, brain. Option C, kidney. And option D, gallbladder. So option A, liver is correct answer, because overdose can cause the acute liver injury and death from the acute liver failure. Question number 165. A patient undergoing the cancer treatment has developed acute hypocalcemia with the sign of the weakness, nausea, and the vomiting. So which of the following would the nurse anticipate to be the initial treatment? Option A, thiazide diuretic. Option B, intravenous normal saline. Option C, a potassium supplement. And option D, a broad spectrum antibiotic. So option B, intravenous normal saline is correct answer. Question number 166. A nurse is caring for a 3-year-old child with a fractured arm. So which of the following intervention is the most appropriate for the pain management? Option A, administer analgesics when necessary. Option B, assess the pain once a shift. Option C, anticipate the pain and intervene early. And option D, encourage the use of self-quieting technique. So option A, administer the analgesics when necessary is correct answer. Question number 167. A nurse is caring for a child who is post tonsillectomy and adenotomy. So the nurse should plan to assess which of the following complication. Option A, pulmonary hypertension. Option B, hemorrhage. Option C, hearing loss. Option D, core pulmonary. So hemorrhage is one of the most common complication of your tonsillectomy and adenotomy. Question number 168. Which of the following drugs is used for the treatment of digitalis toxicity? Option A, protamine sulfate. Option B, streptokinase. Option C, theophylline. And option D, dizibind. So dizibind is correct answer. Question 169. A client who has hepatitis A asks, how could I have gotten this disease? So what is the best nurse's response? Option A, you may have eaten contaminated food. Option B, you could have contracted the disease by using the intravenous drugs. Option C, you must have received an infected blood. And option D, you could have contracted a disease by the droplet infection. So option A, you may have eaten the contaminated food is correct answer, because hepatitis A is spread through the fecal-oral route with the contaminated water, food, or unhygienic condition. Question 170. A community has nurses teaching the health class about the infectious diseases process. So the nurse instruct the class that rabies would be considered which of the following type of infection. So option A viral, option B protozoa, and option C fungal, and option D bacterial. So option A viral, because rabies is viral infection. Question 171. A patient is receiving the mechanical ventilation set at fraction of inspired oxygen 100%. So the nurse should understand that which of the following can improve this patient oxygenation. So option A adding the positive and expiratory pressure. Option B place the patient in Trendelenburg position. Option C increasing the FiO2. And option D suctioning the patient hourly. So option A adding the positive and expiratory pressure is correct answer, because positive and expiratory pressure is a mechanical ventilator setting that maintain the pressure in the lungs above the atmospheric level at the end of expiration, and which prevent the alveolar collapse and enhancing the oxygenation. Question 172. After X-ray are taken of the head, neck and spine, the patient is diagnosed with head injury and admitted for inpatient care. So when assessing the client with head injury, which of the following should receive the priority attention? So option A lung sounds, option B clarity of speech, option C mobility of finger, and option D pupillary response. So option D pupillary response is correct answer. Question 173. What is the average incubation period of hepatitis A? Option A 30 days, option B 60 days, option C 50 days, or option D 14 days. So option A 30 days is correct answer. Question 174. An 18-year-old woman who broke her right ankle is seen in the physician office. So 1 week after the cast was removed. So which of the following is a short-term goal for this patient? Option A walk 100 feet with crutches. Option B walk completely independently. Option C relieve the pain, and option D strict bed rest. So option A walk 100 feet with crutches is correct answer. Question 175. A child is treated for superficial thermal burn to the thigh, and the child is in the great discomfort and does not eat. So which of the following diagnosis should receive the priority? Option A altered nutrition, option B impaired skin integrity, option C risk of infection, and option D acute pain. So option A altered nutrition is correct answer. Question 176. The floating ribs are not attached with sternums are option A ribs 7 and 8, option B rib 9 and 10, option C ribs 11 and 12, and option D ribs 3rd and 4th. So option C ribs 11 and 12 is correct option. Question 177. While assessing a child with pulmonary stenosis, so the nurse should give priority to option A deep tendon reflexes, option B urine output, option C exercise tolerance, and option D pattern of food intake. So option C exercise tolerance is correct answer. Question number 178. Which of the following position should the client with appendicitis assume to relieve a pain? So option A prone, option B sitting, option C supine, and option D lying with the legs drawn up. So option D is correct answer, because it will help to relieve the pain. Question number 179. So which of the following is the most common symptom of myocardial infarction? Option A chest pain, option B dyspnea, option C edema, and option D palpitation. So option A chest pain is correct answer, because chest pain is a commonest symptom, and the chest pain often feel like pressure, squeezing, or tightness in the center of the chest, and which radiates to the back, jaw, neck, shoulder, or arm. Question 180. An infant with teratology of Fallot is experiencing an attack involving the dyspnea and cyanosis. So which position should the infant be placed in? Option A, follower. Option B, knee chest. Option C, Tendelberg. And option D, prawn. So option B, knee chest is correct answer, because TOF involve bringing the child knee to their chest to manage the sudden low oxygen episode by increasing the systemic vascular resistance. Thank you.